Why do women expect us to be on the same emotional level as them? The reality is that our emotional experiences and expressions don't align. And let's talk about how we handle emotional situations. Stoicism, celebrated as a virtue among men, isn't typically expected from women. There's a reason for this divergence in our emotional responses. When men mess up, the consequences are immediate and often harsh. But when women make mistakes, it's like a covert operation, hidden behind closed doors and often overlooked. And even if discovered, women usually get a free pass, draped in leniency and excuses. Understanding the difference between overtly evil and covertly evil actions is crucial. Covertly evil acts, 10 times worse due to their cowardly nature, involve deeds done sneakily. An evil coward ranks pretty high on the contemptibility scale. The current imbalance between masculine energy and the feminine side of modern women, especially in the Western context, creates hurdles in relationships. When a woman dominates professionally, that dominance often spills over into personal relationships, upsetting the delicate balance needed for long-term compatibility. Now, for a shocking newsflash, a man's ex-wife jeopardized his ability to father children by sneakily feeding him hormonal blockers. Extreme jealousy triggered by his interactions with other women drove her to this drastic, inconsiderate measure. As time passed, the man experienced mood swings, irritability, depression, and severe anxiety. A hormonal check revealed significantly low testosterone levels. Shockingly, his wife admitted to secretly administering hormonal blockers out of fear of infidelity. Tragically, the man now faces a lifetime of testosterone replacement therapy and infertility. This scenario forces contemplation about living in a world where the person closest to you can inflict a permanent medical condition. All this while society paradoxically maintains that you, as a man, are the oppressor, and the world is somehow built for you. The dissonance is staggering and disheartening. If a spouse is capable of such harmful actions, imagine how many girlfriends or roommates might be engaging in similar conduct for mere amusement. It's imperative for everyone to be vigilant, and, more importantly, to promptly consult a medical professional when something feels amiss. Delaying such matters could have severe consequences. Consider what the repercussions would be if men were to craft mainstream articles and blog posts endorsing the abuse and drugging of their female counterparts, extolling the long-term detrimental effects as if they were some kind of twisted benefit. The notion of such content gaining positive traction in both public opinion and the media is disturbing. Advocating for control over a person in a manner akin to those who exploit others using drugs is not only morally reprehensible, but also indicative of a sick mindset. Poisoning a spouse, castrating them, and inducing irreversible medical conditions constitute serious crimes. It begs the question, why isn't the perpetrator facing legal consequences, and why is there tacit endorsement from certain quarters? The existing legal frameworks, unfortunately, are subject to manipulation by entities pushing agendas that may not align with justice. Feminizing men. Feminizing a husband, as seen in the disturbing case mentioned earlier, doesn't deter potential infidelity. The desire for certain archetypes, represented by Chad and Tyrone, persists. It underscores the point that the issue is not inherently with men but with misguided actions. In contemplating historical contexts, men used to face less agony and suffering in war than a man today experiencing a divorce that results in the loss of his home, children, wife, and sense of purpose. The contemporary predicament of a divorced man seems, in some aspects, more dire than that of a man who died on the battlefield. The battleground of love, once seen as a shared space, is now portrayed as a stage where men are baited into conflict. Projecting vulnerability once encouraged men to step up, engage, and protect. However, with the evolving landscape where women increasingly showcase authority, men are redefining their motivations for existence. The question arises, why should men continue to bear the responsibility of protection if women no longer explicitly seek it? What women want. Women desire men to stand by them, provide care and lend an ear to their issues, yet concurrently, they aspire for men to believe in their independence. The advent of feminism, promising freedom from male constraints, has had profound and, in many cases, detrimental impacts on Western women. Unbeknownst to them, the pursuit of independence often leads to unhappiness and a transformation into isolated individuals, colloquially known as crazy, lonesome cat ladies. This acknowledgement remains taboo due to societal norms. In the foreseeable future, as cultural shifts embrace conservatism, there's a likelihood that women will acknowledge the intrinsic need for men. However, this recognition may not emerge from a genuine acknowledgement of necessity, but rather as a fashionable narrative that aligns with evolving societal trends. As women call out for male assistance, a genuine response from men is anticipated, heralding a restoration of the supposedly traditional connection. The resurgence of neo-traditionalism becomes probable as women appeal to men for help. In this scenario, many men are likely to respond to the calls for assistance. In return, they might find themselves in conventional relationships, giving rise to a new variant of neo-traditionalism. Women, in this context, may suddenly express care for men, essentially compelling men back to the negotiating table. Men's rights movements. The men's rights movement, with its goal of reuniting men and women in conventional relationships, encompasses various traditions. This multiplicity of traditions could be a reason why the movement is critical of MGTOW 2.0. This newer version not only imparts knowledge about the nature of women, but also suggests that victory might be an elusive goal for men. Men within the men's rights movement, often married and acting as protectors for the women in their lives, sometimes grapple with effectively safeguarding men. Their attention is scattered rather than concentrated, but with MGTOW, the focus is on truth-telling without fear of opposing views, even if they come from liberal quarters. This refusal to neatly fit into the gynocentrism box designed for men earns the disdain of feminists. The choice for men, according to feminists, seems restricted to either being a conservative man or one who acts like a feminist. This binary proposition is made with the understanding that women stand to benefit, irrespective of men's choices. Returning to the earlier story, the prevalence of estrogenic hormones in many products is acknowledged, contributing to the feminization of men. Yet a critical question is raised. Shouldn't women also be experiencing increased femininity if men are being affected? The absence of a parallel increase in femininity among women, while men are influenced by byproducts and the environment, underscores the notion of a war on men. Being masculine is depicted not as a facade of toughness or excessive muscularity, but as an understanding of one's male energy, embracing the forward, penetrating energy unique to men, and the selectively receptive energy distinctive to women. True masculinity involves respecting the inherent qualities of men and women, guided by morality rather than mere lust. Morality becomes a revealing lens that exposes the darkness, hate, anger, and insecurity of individuals who are disconnected from their true identity as men or women. Toxic masculinity. The term toxic masculinity is scrutinized for its association with violence and tyranny, with those who wield fear to subjugate others often being the ones applying this label to men. Being genuinely manly doesn't necessitate physical assault on women or the domination of other men. Such actions, in fact, signify weakness, rendering the narrative of toxic masculinity invalid when applied to genuinely manly individuals who stand against such behaviors. Maturing into a man is a process that unfolds over time. It's not an overnight achievement. It demands patience, grit, perseverance, and an unwavering desire to surmount the challenges that life hurls your way. The foundation of becoming a man is laid in the mind long before it manifests in actions, a strong mindset that doesn't entertain doubt and negativity. Masculinity isn't confined to the superficial understanding prevalent in today's world. It offers a depth that transcends common perceptions. A man exuding masculinity becomes a source of comfort and safety for those around him. In times of need, people naturally gravitate toward him, confident that he possesses the wisdom to navigate any situation or provide valuable advice. This is the archetype of a man everyone should aspire to be, especially in a world where external forces constantly seek to diminish one's masculine essence. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.